From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Alaska State Troopers say a veteran pilot, a Talkeetna-based trooper, and a rescued snow machiner died when an AST helicopter crashed on Saturday night.
Alaska's Department of Public Safety Commissioner tentatively identified the dead as 50-year-old pilot Mel Nading, 40-year-old trooper Tage Toll, and 56-year-old Talkeetna man Carl Ober. AST Director Colonel Keith Mallard said today the loss of those on Hilo 1 is like losing family. Saturday evening, Palmer troopers received a report that Ober was stranded while snow machining near Larson Lake. Nading took off in Hilo 1, picking up Toll before heading out to the search area. Ober was found at about 10 p.m. and picked up, and the last contact with Hilo 1 came about an hour later. The crash site was found at about 9:30 on Sunday morning. The National Transportation Safety Board says investigators are being flown in from the lower 48 to investigate the crash.
This tragedy is going to have a very profound effect on all the employees of the Department of Public Safety, the Alaska State Troopers, the search and rescue community. Hilo 1 is our main helicopter that goes out, and Hilo 1 has pulled so many people from the Alaska wilderness.
Trans-Alaska pipeline officials will study whether less water and crude oil carried by the pipeline will improve its performance. According to Alaska Pipeline Service Company President Tom Barrett, engineers are planning an 18-month study of cutting water content to help with issues of declining flow. Barrett says at low temperatures, the oil's water content results in slushy oil that likely causes a disproportionate amount of corrosion.
The House Resources Committee continues to receive public input on SB 21, or oil tax legislation. The Senate narrowly passed their version of the bill, and this week the House released their version that mirrors fixing the base tax rate at 35%. It also provides $5 per barrel credit for oil produced, but only to new production. New production would also qualify for a 20% tax break known as gross value reduction. Today, Mayor Luke Hopkins stopped short of endorsing the bill due to language that was removed by the Senate identifying revenue sharing tied to tax revenue. His concern, less revenue by the state could impact state and local programs like education.
What happens to programs that receive state funding that will occur in our community, because we will have reduction in budgets that assist our residents and our citizens. So to that extent, we haven't heard very definitive actions on it.
This afternoon, Senator Lisa Murkowski visited both Fort Wainwright and Eielson Air Force Base to talk to federal employees about the impending furlough. Although it was recently reduced from 22 days to 14 days, the employees had many questions and concerns, not only for themselves, but for the mission they support as part of the military installations. And still, many questions went unanswered. Regarding the budget, the senator said that halfway through the fiscal year, the Pentagon will have spent 80% of the allotted budget, and it is not improving. She also addressed the employees who were ready to retire and waiting a strikingly long time of 10 months or more to begin receiving their benefits. Many in attendance just wanted answers to the unknown.
Is it going to stop? We haven't got a pay raise in 3 years. It doesn't look like we're getting one in next year's budget. Furloughs are coming down. We're not exactly sure when they're going to start. And we've just, our benefits are being eroded away. And it's sad that you live so uncertainly every day when you're just trying to serve your country, or have already served your country and want to continue to serve your country and take care of the service members here in the Fairbanks area.
Lots of unknowns still left for those folks out there in the military and DoD employees.
Right.
All right, well, when we come back, a state senator wants a bounty on sea otters.
And a lot of Easter activities from this past weekend. We'll have the reports. Stay with us.
This edition of the Fbx Evening News is brought to you by Northland Hearing Services. Better hearing with a human touch.
Life Med Alaska, Spadard Builder Supply.
And by First National Bank of Alaska, where Alaska's dreams grow.
Welcome back to the Fbx Evening News. Continuing, a bill by Senator Burt Stedman, a Republican from Sitka, proposes placing a $100 bounty on sea otters harvested legally in Alaska. Stedman introduced the bill as an effort to make things easier for anglers. Otters are known for having large appetites and creating a power struggle with fishermen over daily catches. According to U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service official Bruce Woods, Senate Bill 60 would not go very far, even if it does pass, because of the Marine Animal Protection Act.
If you were out and about very early Easter morning, the Centennial Bridge located near the state courthouse downtown was the place to celebrate the occasion. Easter sunrise service, said to be a community-wide non-denominational event, got underway around 7 a.m. Sunday morning on the bridge that crosses the Chena River. This year's occasion was the 8th annual event. Organizers provided hot refreshments, even a warm-up tent and a warm-up bus for kids and entertainment from a community choir.
Wonderful time to be here to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Such a golden heart city, the love of people coming together, all denominations.
What it does is trying to bring the community and the various churches kind of working together for a common cause. Obviously, the resurrection of Jesus Christ is a huge gathering point, a reason to gather, and we're starting to see that. Instead of
As you just saw, folks around the interior celebrated Easter. From churches to egg hunts to March Madness, there was something for everyone to enjoy. But one church downtown was making sure the less fortunate as well had a place to go and a dinner to eat. The spirit of Easter was in the air at Immaculate Conception Church yesterday as festivities were in full swing. Up to 250 homeless people made their way to the church for a full brunch. Volunteers say it's our community that make things like this possible.
It is a reflection of Fairbanks, a golden heart, if you will, but we're the action behind the word. You know, we have our faith. Some of us are non-Christian. Some of us are, you know, we come from all faiths and sometimes no faith.
Also volunteering were 15 members of the Northern Lights Chapel on Fort Wainwright. Soldiers who had returned from deployment and their families wanted to give back to a community they feel always welcomes them and makes them feel at home.
Last deployment, which we were on, the Fairbanks community really gave back to 125 while we were in Afghanistan. So this is an opportunity for us as a chapel to give back to the community and serve the community back.
The youth from the church also felt this was a positive experience.
I think it really helps building our characters as we become adults.
Lastly, those who may not have the means to spend Easter with family feel appreciative of the season and spending time with others.
It's enjoying being around people too.
Late Saturday evening, the Lathrop Ballroom Dance Team ended their 2012-2013 season with their grand finale at Herring Auditorium. News Center 11's Daryl Lewis was there and has more.
Nationally recognized, the Lathrop High School Ballroom Dance Team closed out yet another year with its raucous season finale late Saturday evening at Herring Auditorium. Graduating senior and captain Amanda Donahue calling her run the end of an era.
Oh, I'm so excited for this show. It's our last show of the year, and I'm really going to miss everyone. I've been honored being the team captain this year. It's amazing.
It's been a long run. I'm getting ready to actually perform right now, and it's been a rush, but it's a good time.
The occasion historically also brings back alumni, happy to be shaking off the rust.
I miss everything about it. Just coming back, the first day I was completely gone. Like, my legs were tired, I could barely move, but after a little while, it's all coming back to me, and I really, really miss dancing.
And newcomers being brought into the fold as well.
It's great. Yeah, get a nice feeling on stage.
A lot to me because I've always been the quiet girl, and so feeling my time to shine, it just made me just want to perform even more.
For News Center 11, I'm Daryl Lewis.
That was a good one. Whoa.
Hi, Joe.
Joe who? Oh, no, Joe be here in a second.
Okay.
This is Cookie Monster here. He wanted me to tell you guys that, in sports, the Ice Dogs, I think that's the team here in Fairbanks. Yeah, they won something called the Erie Cup. It sounds close to Cookie. But also, there's a coach in Anchorage that's not going to be coaching hockey anymore. That's coming up with sports. Joe will be right here. Want one?
Yeah. Sure, I do.
Hello, Interior Sports fans. It's Joe Cook in the sports seat once again. I hope your Easter was a joyous one. It's getting warm outside and the ice is melting. So casual Monday, or will it be by the end of this sportscast? Well, Mondays mean weekend recap time. Your Ice Dogs were anything but casual. They were all business in their Kenai Brown Bears game. It was a game of quick momentum shifts, a real roller coaster of a game after Garrett Clement missed a penalty shot for the Ice Dogs. Colton Holter put the Ice Dogs ahead 1-0 with his breakaway score coming at the 9:06 mark in the first period. The play was reviewed, but the puck nearly passed Marcus Zelzer for the goal. Kenai would answer, though, at 18:46. The Brown Bears tied the game with a Chris Nuth goal from the left side. The Brown Bears and Ice Dogs defense and goalies were stout in the scoreless second period. More than halfway through the third period, Devin Lowe put the Ice Dogs ahead 2-1 with his 26th goal of the season. Lowe finished with a goal and an assist, but Kenai again responds with a quick goal just 20 seconds later. Kenai's Alec Butcher scores with a laser of a shot hitting the right side of the net. It's a 2-2 tie game, but Lowe finds Lawrence Cornelia, who had 2 assists, behind net, and Corny dishes out a beautiful wraparound pass that Taylor Munson one-times home right in front of Zelzer at the 9:48 mark of the third. For the game winner, Kevin Aldridge made 33 saves on 35 shots, and the Ice Dogs hold on for a 3-2 victory. And the first Era Cup goes to the Ice Dogs. The Era Cup series was tied 8-8, but the Ice Dogs had the tiebreaker on points from wins, ties, and shootout wins.
Yeah, the puck went up to the point. I was just trying to get some net front presence going, and they got a shot, or the D got a shot on net, and I tried to get a redirection. I got my stick on it, and it ended up coming back to me, and I just had a wide open net, so I just tapped it in.
We came together before the third period. We got together as a group in a locker room, which we don't normally do, and we just talked to each other, and we said, this is it. We need to go here. Playoff hockey, start getting in, and get ready for the playoffs here.
Seems like just a small accomplishment, but it's going to be big momentum going into playoffs, and should be exciting.
The feeling of players, I think that going into playoff time is, it's kind of paramount to the whole mindset of playoffs.
Now, even with the regular season done, this Kenai Fairbanks rivalry is far from over. The Ice Dogs will get the week off before the playoffs start. The #2 West Division Ice Dogs will be taking on the #3 Brown Bears. No April Fool's joke here. It will be a best-of-5 series in this West Division playoff semifinal. The first 2 games on April 12th and 13th will be at the Big Dipper at 7:30. Game 3 will be in the Soldotna Sports Center on the 19th, and Game 4, if necessary, will also be a home game for Kenai. But the decisive Game 5, if needed, will be a home game for the Ice Dogs on the 22nd. Now, staying with some hockey news, is coming from Anchorage. Seawolves head coach Dave Shayak will not return as head coach for UAA next season. It has not been confirmed if Shayak was fired or asked to resign after the university's announcement of the decision on Friday. The Seawolves had just 4 wins this season. In his 8 seasons as head coach of the UAA hockey program, Shayak's record was 76, 156, and 26. The Anchorage school is already conducting a national search for a new coach. Switching gears to high school sports and boys soccer, the West Valley boys stumble out of the blocks with another loss to start the season. After a 2-1 loss to Wasilla on Thursday, the Wolfpack fall to the Colony Knights by the same score this past Friday. No team scored until the 49th minute of the second half, and that was by Colony, who also scored at the 58th minute. Sterling Cole scored West Valley's lone goal in the 2-1 decision. The Wolfpack will be back in Anchorage in 3 weeks for 3 games against East, Chugiak, and Service. And last but not least, a congratulatory note to the FAHA Knights Tier 3 Pee Wee 12 and under boys hockey team. The Knights won the ASHA Pee Wee C State Tournament this weekend with a dominant 6-3 win over the Anchorage Hockey Association Comets. Garrett Simmons, the Knights goaltender, won the goalie MVP award, a total team effort on the 34-8-4 season, with every player tallying a point during the state tournament and every player scoring a goal in the regular season. Big ups to the Knights hockey program, who also have state champions in the 16 and under Tier 3, and the 18 and under Tier 4 team took second place this year as well. And that'll do it for sports tonight. I hope you caught my little April Fool's joke, the transformation from casual to professional. Thanks for rocking with me for a little while. For more KTF Sports, go to Twitter, YouTube, webcenter11.com, and our mobile app. Stay cool, or should I say stay warm, Alaska? Mike Schultz has your full weather forecast coming up next. We'll catch you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back into the Fairbanks Evening News. Hope you had yourself a good Easter. And, you know, last week we had that pretty cool phenomena, the sun dogs. Well, we also had another phenomena. This one was captured by Alicia Levy. And you can see here, it's an upside-down rainbow. It's also called a circumzenithal arc. Pretty interesting shot. And, again, thanks to Alicia for sending it in. We also talked last week about the geese coming back. Well, they're not back yet, but you know what's back? The flamingos. The flamingos are back. In fact, we had a chance to see them out there today at Creamer's Field. They're doing a pretty good job staying together. A very nice, tight group there, marching around. If you happen to go out there and get a shot, you'll see some very entertaining birds out there. They don't come very often, but when they come in a full group. And again, thanks for that video. All right, let's take a look at our numbers for this time of year. As you can see, the normal high is 34, the normal low 8, the record high 56 in 1994, the record low 32 below in 1907. Sunrise this morning was a 7:07, sunset 8:46. It works out to about 13 hours and 40 minutes of daylight. Again, it's 7 minutes from yesterday. And of course, that is an April Fool's opportunity for you to see the flamingos there. Here's what's going on in our satellite picture. An area of low pressure moving across southeast Alaska. A few showers moving across the interior may give us a few flakes of snow, but for the most part, most of it is moving to the west and southwest of the Fairbanks area. Our overall picture today, as you can see, we have some snow showers up in the north slope. Nice weather up and down the west coast. A little bit of shower activity around Cold Bay. Not too bad across the south central sections. When you get over southeast, it's just the opposite. Lots of rain and snow being reported at Juneau and Ketchikan. Lower 48 weather tonight. Nice weather over the western half of the country. Widespread rainfall from Texas all the way through the Gulf, the Gulf states. As you can see, Louisiana and Mississippi all getting rain. It all shows up on the satellite and radar. You can see a lot of energy moving across the North Texas area. A new system moving in the Pacific Northwest. Got to keep an eye on that. That could bring some interesting weather too. And for the opening day of baseball, we had for the most part, pretty good weather all the way across. A little cool over the Northeast and the Great Lakes states. Well, to the south, very nice weather. A few scattered showers across the deep south. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow. In the northern sections, flurries and fog for Barrow. Mostly sunny and no cloudy skies to Fort Yukon. Here in the interior, looking at mostly cloudy skies for Fairbanks and Healy. Over southeast Alaska, looks like rain and snow once again widespread for Juneau and Ketchikan. And over to the southwest, looks like pretty good weather. Cloudy skies at Cold Bay and Kodiak, scattered clouds at Bethel. Over the south central sections, we're looking at lots of sunshine at Anchorage, a few clouds for Homer and Valdez. Okay, it's a new week, means it's new time for some kids, for our kids' weather. And this week we're talking with the kids from Ann Ween Elementary School. Here's a story tonight from a young man about a storm he was involved with.
One summer day, when I was 7, my brother and I decided to go outside and play baseball. 2 minutes after we started playing, it started raining really hard, so we went back inside. When it stopped raining, we went back outside. But 10 minutes after we started playing again, it started hailing. So then we went back inside.
And tomorrow night, we'll have another young man here to share another stormy picture with us. Here's your forecast for the remainder of the night. 11 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, isolated snow showers. Tomorrow's forecast calling for another day with mainly cloudy skies, 33 degrees. And the extended forecast, as you can see here, we're looking at cloudy skies for Wednesday, then lots of sunshine back for Thursday and Friday. Temperatures, once again, will be very comfortable, and overnight lows will also be very comfortable. Not to say what we have here, we have a little bit of a height problem, but you guys are having a good time.
So tell me, when can I see those flamingos, Mike?
This is bringing your kid to work day, I think what it is. Oh, yeah, the flamingos are putting on a great show every night there at the Creamer's Field. They just kind of move around together.
You know, I think that's a great attraction that Fairbanks has here. It's spring breakup. That's amazing.
All right, thank you, Mike. That will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us.
Tonight on NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams. NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams is next.
And remember, as spring arrives, it's time to break out the tools and get started on that victory garden.
Mm-hmm. We're going to leave you tonight with more from the Easter sunrise celebration held early Sunday downtown, and the Lollipop Kids were there also. From all of us here at the News Center, have a good night, everyone, and April Fools.
Cookie.
Bye.